What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so let's talk about what, for some reason, some of you guys don't want me to talk about, and that's President Trump and his obvious ties to disgraced, disgusting, deplorable, poivoit, mega poivoit, Jeffrey Epstein. Okay? Now, we all know Jeffrey Epstein was, I don't even know the proper term for it. He was a mega pimp of the highest order. I mean, that's the term that people don't want to use, but that's exactly what he was. He was pimping the most vulnerable of our society, the most previously innocent of our society, to fulfill the carnal desires and perversions of the world's most popular people. The most powerful people. And these people were so powerful and are still so powerful. Many of these criminals, many of these people who are still at large, are using all of their power and influence to prevent the world and the American people from seeing the truth. Oh, they'll throw you a bone or two. They'll throw you a bone, a Diddy, a Tyler Perry, a nigga here, a nigga there. And when they get called out on it, every now and then, they'll give you a Weinstein. Every now and then, when it becomes too much trouble to try to cover up for him anymore, when his behavior just becomes too egregious. But the real big fish out there, they remain at large. And likely they'll never be brought to justice. But that doesn't mean, unlike what Stephen A. Jig said, that we're supposed to just forget about it and move on because these people are too powerful to play by the same rules that 99.9% of the world has to play by. Oh, fuck that. So President Trump, who obviously has ties to Jeffrey Epstein, I mean, it's not just a passing acquaintance. These men were close friends. The Wall Street Journal recently posted a birthday card, I guess it was, that Trump sent Epstein back in 2003 for his 50th birthday, where in this card, there was a message to Epstein that was written inside the outline of what appears to be a naked woman, and Donald Trump's signature was scribbled in an area of the anatomy of the naked woman, which makes it appear to be pubic hair. And in the inside of the image that appeared to be naked woman was written this. Well, this is pretty much what was written. It said, the voiceover, it was like an imaginary conversation voiceover. There must be more to life than having everything. Donald, yes, there is, but I won't tell you what it is. Jeffrey, nor will I, since I also know what it is. Donald, we have certain things in common, Jeffrey. Jeffrey, yes, we do, come to think of it. Donald, enigmas never age. Have you noticed that? Jeffrey, as a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you. Donald, a pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret. Now, you can only speculate as to what they're talking about, but when you think about secret societies, you think about those who have secrets that are going to the grave, people who are engaged in secret society activities. I mean, you would think if these was two niggas talking like this, well, social media be all over this. All over this. Every channel. Channels don't even talk about stuff like this will be all over. But, you know, it appears to me, to be honest with you, that one of the people that's really interested in this stuff is me, my brother 78, and my brother Ticket TV. We're the only ones that's really talking about this. Everybody else, you know, is crickets. You got more. You hold a music producer to a higher moral standard than you do the president of the United States. So President Trump is now threatening to sue Rupert Murdoch, who owns the Wall Street Journal. And of course, Rupert Murdoch owns Fox News. So somehow he feels betrayed, I guess, you know. Just like with LeBron James, right? Just like with LeBron James, who got so much energy for those who ain't really, you know what I'm saying, at the heart of knowledge of what he can, you know what I'm saying, those who aren't in position to know. It's funny how LeBron got energy for anybody and everybody except for Kel Sonnen, except for people who really know something about him. Then it's crickets. Donald Trump talks big and bad about everybody and everybody except for Vladimir Putin, who allegedly has a tape of Trump in a very embarrassing situation. Remember when Trump was elected or reelected president back in November, many many Russian news networks posted pictures of Melania in lingerie, as if the Russian government's trying to tell Trump something. Like, yeah, hey, bro, you still our bitch. And you better not get out of line. Funny, Trump has all this mouth for everybody else, but Elon Musk talks shit to him all day, every day, and he don't really got much to say. I'm disappointed, Elon. I'm just disappointed. I'm disappointed. God, I wonder what Elon saw and what he knows. I mean, he's the world's richest man. When you have that much wealth, when you're worth 300, depending upon the fluctuations of the market, when you're worth $350 to $450 billion, yeah, you know. And, you know, the guy is so discombobulated right now that he's having a mental breakdown. He's turning on his own base, which, by the way, is turning on him because not all of them are lock and file, you know, sheep. Some of them can think for themselves, and they're not liking what they see. Now, of course, you're going to have the ones who have no moral compass whatsoever, no moral barometer, and they just see the world as everybody's their enemy. And some of them are just as vile as Trump is. Talking about all this is much ado about nothing. But it's funny, when your perception was that all of this was on the Democrats, it was the biggest scandal in world history. Now all of a sudden that your boy is locked into this by the evidence, now you don't care, which shows that you guys have no morals. So in essence, what you're doing is you're backing a creep ball. You know, I can't say the P word on here like I want to so badly, but that's what you're backing. You're backing that. And you're backing that not just some random, you know, weirdo postal worker who has a file of the most disgusting things you could think of on his computer. No, we're talking about the wealthiest people in the world who have an island devoted to that, where they take often trafficked children and do the most disgusting things that you could think of, and often make them appear on camera doing the most wicked shit in the world, all for their own personal fucking enjoyment. And you got stupid niggers like Stephen A. Smith talking about, well, why do we care? Fuck you, motherfuckers. That's why I always said, since I've been on this motherfucker, I hate the media because they ain't shit. Cashed in coward coons. Period. Grifters. And, a lot of people talk about, well, that don't sound like Trump. This doesn't sound like Trump, the messaging. Are you talking about the same dude that bragged about grabbing women and you know what? That don't sound like the same guy? You still believe in this persona that he's putting out there as if, what I'm saying, this is real? And I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you, I'm a guy that whenever I might be wrong about something, I have to call it a you know what I'm saying? I gotta call a spade a spade. If I'm wrong about something, I'm wrong about something. I might have been wrong about this whole assassination thing last year in July. I might have been. Because I'm looking at Trump's ear. There's no way you get hit with an AR-15 rifle bullet, even grazed by it, and your ear is that intact. But Mike Tyson can buy a chunk out of Evander Holyfield's ear, and we all see that chunk missing. Maybe it was fixed. And if that's the case, then that firefighter was just collateral damage to Trump campaign. That 20-year-old kid was just collateral damage. It was all for naught because Biden dropped out. So what type of human being is this in the White House? I don't put nothing past none of these motherfuckers. So that's different between me and you. When I say you, I'm talking about a lot of you Trump supporters. I told you I'm not a Trump supporter. I don't fuck with the Democrats iota. Fuck all of them. Fuck Biden. He's a creep boy too, going around sniffing women's hair, showering with his daughter. All that's the problem. That's why this shit ain't being released. It's not a Republican or Democratic thing. All of them are in it. All of them are in cahoots. They're all perverts. All of them. Stop trying to look at this shit as left versus right. It's not. It's like wrestling, bro. They're all playing a role. They all backslapping or in cahoots behind closed doors. This is the same dude, Donald Trump, that bragged privately. Matter of fact, it might have been publicly a little bit. I can't remember. I know privately he bragged about walking in on a Miss Teen Universe locker room, whatever you want to call it, the backstage area, private area where they're dressing and stuff. He walked in on purpose. He's a creep. But because y'all don't want to believe it, because y'all was sold a bag of lemons by a con man, a dude who's never really been a Republican, up until it became convenient for him to run, he conned y'all. You can admit it. The Democratic Party conned black people over the past 30 years. They're not the same party that was in the 60s and 70s. The Republican Party is not the same Republican Party of 20, 40 years ago, 30 years ago. This guy keep talking about this is a hoax. It's a hoax. Keep talking about this. This is the Comey, Hillary, Biden. The first probe of Jeffrey Epstein, the first Epstein probe took place when George W. Bush was president. Obama was a senator, if I'm not mistaken, then. What are you talking about? And then the second Jeffrey Epstein probe happened under your watch. So what do you keep talking about? The Democrats are doing this. All signs point to you, Mr. President, having something to do with what happened to Epstein. Just like with LBJ, all signs point to you, sir. You piece of shit.